Murder, She Watched contains adult themes and adult language. Listener discretion is advised. Murder, She Watched is for entertainment purposes only. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Murder, She Watched, the podcast where we solve murders from our couches. My name's Amy Archer. I'm your host, and today I am finishing up the neighborhood with Kyla. Hi.
Hi, Amy.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Let me tell you how my morning started.
I'm very excited to hear this.
So if you guys don't know, I have two border collies. One is a Great Pyrenees and border collie mix. The other one is a border collie that somehow we got a purebred border collie from a rescue.
You got to steal. What a bargain. Oh, that's amazing. You couldn't do that again if you tried.
Well, he was gifted to an elderly couple and they really couldn't deal with him.
Border collies. I've had a border collie. That energy it's real.
So this morning I woke up, I take them outside like I always do. And we have a lot of property. So they just go out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm out on the porch with them. And I hear this noise. And I apologize if you guys are listeners, a little misrecap and heard me tell a story over here, but I want to tell it to Kyla. So all I hear is whoosh, whoosh. And I'm like, oh, what is that? And the dogs are looking up in the sky. And Arlo, my border collie, is looking up in the sky and going bananas. Like, and I'm like, what is happening? I was so terrified. I'm like, this is it, the invasion.
Oh my God, it's happening. It's happening.
He then runs around the house and is like, I'm screaming for him.
Yeah.
And he's just gone. And I go out off my porch, like into the yard, and I turn around, I look up, and there is a hot air balloon.
Oh my God.
Right above my house.
That's so wild.
We have a local like hot air balloon place that sometimes like they've even landed in my in-laws field and stuff.
Oh, really?
But like they were so low and they were over my house. And so you could hear them doing the whoosh,
oh my
like
gosh,
the
that's
fire.
So cool.
Which
Arlo wasn't having it.
I would never be in a hot air balloon. I just want to put that out there.
Absolutely not.
But I watched Little House. I saw what happened to Carrie. No.
Oh my God. And Wizard of Oz. Hello.
Yes.
Be careful.
So he emerges. Arlo emerges. So there's a little swath of woods between my house and my other neighbor.
Yeah.
He emerges from this soaking wet, covered in like just forest trash is the best way I could describe it. Like
run for his life.
And he has those little hitchhiker balls that stick on people. He has them all matted in his fur.
Oh, no.
All over the place. I haven't even had my coffee yet.
Oh, my God, Arlo.
So I'm out there screaming at him. I'm holding him with one hand, hosing him down with the other. Then, like, Timmy comes out, and Timmy's kind of yelling at me, like, why did you let him run? I'm like, get out of here right now.
Like, not right now. Oh, my God.
Long story short, I had to bathe him completely.
Oh my! Before your coffee.
Yes, and I just had to let him sit. Like we put a little leash on him because we don't leave them out there like unattended because we have coyotes and stuff up here.
Right.
So we just tied him like to the porch, and I recorded all morning, and he was dead quiet. He just laid there in the little sunbeam and dried himself off.
Oh, was he pouting?
I think he knew he did something wrong.
Yeah. Oh, he knew. He's like, I pissed off Mom pretty bad. I'm just gonna lay low.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
So was my morning.
Well, weird. I also was doing dog bath this morning.
Oh,
what a weird parallel. Mine was more intentional.
Sure.
But our one dog, Sophie, she's a total mutt. I don't know. I asked our vet one time what he thought she was, and he was like, maybe some healer, some lab, some German Shepherd. He was like, I don't know. So she's very, very fur, and she sheds like crazy.
Yeah.
And she's shedding so bad right now. And we got one of those brushes, which I recommend to anybody. Have you seen these?
Okay. I ordered ones. Yes. I ordered one, and it's like on its way from, I don't know where. Maybe
it's
the Arctic Circle. I have no idea.
It's somewhere stuck in the ether. Well, it comes with a solution, and you mix, it's a little bit with water. And I was worried about the smell because, you know, sometimes there's that almost like car air freshener.
The brush I ordered is a steamer.
Well, this one is, and it's a cold steam, so you don't have to worry about burning them or anything.
Okay.
And it has the little button on it, so it has the big metal teeth.
I see it. It's called Renew.
Yep. I can't recommend it enough. It is some of the
Not a
best, like
sponsor, not a sponsor.
No, not at all. A
Well,
very
we're open to it.
unsponsored ad. Oh my gosh,
Because
yeah.
if there's a product like I really actually use
Oh.
and believe in, I would totally promote it, but I will not do it if I have not used it.
This I can recommend to anyone with dogs that shed a lot, and it feels they seem to like it, but so I combed a bunch out of her yesterday, and I got this mountain of undercoat, and then she needed a shower. You have to get in with her because she acts like you're walking her to her execution. I mean, it is just you have to push her in, and she sulks, so she won't be speaking to me the rest of the day.
That's Nellie. Nellie she's very difficult for me to bathe because she's old. She's 12 and she's got a bad leg.
Yeah.
So she's very hard for me to bathe. So she goes to the groomers and she just stands frozen in fear.
Like,
whereas Arlo, every time I pick him up, I get a bad report. They've had to muzzle him.
He's in trouble.
He doesn't like his paws touched. He doesn't like his head touched. He doesn't like his tail touched. I'm like, okay.
Oh, he has boundaries. Our other dog, Riley, is that way. She's a rescue. She had a little bit of neglect and abuse in her puppyhood, and she does not see. And she doesn't like people she doesn't know already, especially men. She does not like men.
Nellie doesn't like men either.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes, she's very weird about men.
Same. And it can be our vet one time, and she's petty. She puts her petty pants on. We picked when she got spayed. The vet, when I picked her up, he was trying to give her a little treat before we left, and she like turned her head like, and then he handed it to me, and she took it. So,
well, that's been Dog Corner, guys.
Yes, sir. Murder and dogs.
I think
everybody likes dogs.
Let us know wherever if you're watching on YouTube. Thank you and click subscribe.
Yeah.
But if you're just listening and you want to join our Facebook group, which a lot of people have,
yes, it's popping this week.
Yeah, I want to say thank you. The link is in the show notes. Jump in there and let us know about your dog.
It's a fun group. Everybody's real good time. We talk about crime, and we do talk about dogs in there.
Yeah, we do
cats.
sometimes.
Yeah.
All right, are you ready to talk about Caroline?
Oh, my Lanta. And let me tell you, when we get to the deep dive, she has many names she goes by.
Oh, well, she could go by the name Laura Owens because I'm getting a vibe.
Twinsies. They could. Wow. Could you imagine if they met and united their powers?
I just wrote, what is happening with women? We got Laura Owens, we got Taylor Parker, we got Mackenzie Shirella, we got Kendra Licari.
Yes.
And now we have this woman.
The diabolical, and Scamanda. I'm going to throw Scamanda in the mix.
Scamanda.
Because this level of diabolical planning to live in a delusional lie bubble, it's bananas. And can you imagine how much work this is?
It's somebody who just moves through the world without consequences.
You're exactly right.
And that's wild to me.
Pretty on the head because there's no fear. We see so much. I mean, Taylor Parker, she lived that life with reckless abandon.
Yeah. I just want to remind everyone too that on July 22nd, we're having a Murder Club meeting. So if you want to join Murder Club, we do a lot of deep dives over there, longer series, stuff like that. And it does help to support the show. The link for that is in the show notes as well. You can sign up on Patreon or you could click subscribe if you're listening on Apple. And if you're an Apple subscriber and you want to join us for the Murder Club meeting, and many people have already done this, just reach out to me. You can email me. Link is in the show notes, or you can just message me on Facebook with just a screenshot that you're an Apple member, and I'll put your email on the list and you'll get the link.
Very
but
nice.
Apple doesn't provide me that information, so I don't have it.
You blew my mind with that.
Yeah. So let's talk about this episode. Because I messaged you and I was like, I didn't listen. What happened to Charles was terrible.
Oh, yes.
But like it didn't feel like it fit.
I really agree with you. I hadn't watched it when you told me that. And then, I messaged you and I was like, you're right. It's not a bad story. It's very interesting in its own way, but it doesn't fit with the other three.
No. And then I was thinking, okay, is it the way they structured the narrative? Like, should they have started with the blonde woman where she was running the sober house? I have her name later, but maybe start there and then give us some context. I don't know. Because we learn about her being in this Beverly Glen apartment, but then she doesn't really do anything.
That's a very small piece of the puzzle. Yeah.
I mean, we learned later she did stuff there, but we didn't know about that.
Who knew we were going to get essences of Jeffrey Dahmer in this?
And Walter White.
Seriously, that was crazy. This is a different story, yeah. It's interesting that this was the grand finale, the closer, because I would say it was not the most interesting story of the bunch.
No, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss. So maybe she deserved like her own standalone documentary, but it just didn't feel like it had the same vibe as the rest of the series.
I agree with you because when I looked into her, there is more there where she could have had her own feature length, like one-off documentary. Okay. I think there really is.
So the beginning of our story is set in, this is Worst Neighbor Ever, season 1, episode 4, The Executor, which I thought it was like an execution situation. Nope.
Yep.
So the beginning of the story is set in Beverly Glen, a neighborhood of Los Angeles, and we meet Bella, who basically tells us, and I agree, Bella, that good neighbors leave you the fuck alone.
Yes, I could not agree more.
No notes.
Oh my gosh, when she said, if you don't talk to me, even better. Which, you know, a little friendly hello, but I don't want to get stuck in like a 2-hour conversation.
Same. Ashley says the neighborhood is gorgeous. There's a lot of families here. There's a lot of small apartment buildings. And they lived in one of these small apartment buildings where there was only like 6 apartments with a woman named Caroline Herling. So like she goes back and forth between Caroline and Carrie. So if you hear me call her Carrie, that's what's going on.
Yeah.
So everyone liked her. She was, quote, normal.
Yeah.
She walked dogs. She was polite. There's even reference where like she seemed like a kindergarten teacher.
Yeah, that's what they jokingly called her. Now, how did you feel when the one neighbor said that Carrie was like, hey, I can come check on your dog when you're not home?
No,
thank you.
No, thank you.
No,
that's a boundary.
That would have put me back a little bit. I would have been like, oh, no.
Yeah, no. Detective Mark O'Donnell works LAPD homicide. That's got to be a job.
Right? I can't imagine.
Because like in such a big city, it's like NYPD homicide. Like,
yes.
Where do you even start in such a big city?
You never have a quiet day or like a lower traffic day ever.
No. He gets a phone call in October of 2021, and it's an anonymous caller, and they say they're concerned about a man named Charles Wildling. And she was worried that people were using his ID for money. So as he digs into this, he realizes that in December of 2020, there was also a wellness check requested for him by some of his neighbors.
Yeah, absolutely.
In 2020, the cops go out there and they encounter a very jittery Caroline Herling.
Right? Yeah, she's frantic acting and she exudes nervous energy, and so does her friend.
And this is where we get the Laura Owens vibe.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, she's got a vibe about her, this one.
That self-assured, like, I got this.
She says she is the trustee of Charles' estate, and she says Charles is in Capertinia. I think, no.
Yeah. Capertinia? I had never heard of this California city before. Yeah.
I'm sorry. He's in a different city.
Yeah.
And she's with her assistant. Now, this assistant goes by assistant the entire time. We never get a name. So I'm thinking at the end, she turned on them, right?
Same, because when I was perusing the affidavit, I did see her name. So if you look,
we don't want to say it.
No, I'm not going to say it, but I'm just saying the affidavit's out there.
But do we think she testified against them?
Totally.
Okay.
Because remember at the end, I mean, not to ruin anything, but
it's fine.
No charges were faced with her at all.
Right.
So that really leads me to think that she told a lot. And this scene with her eyes are saucers. I mean, she looks terrified. Did you pick up on that? Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. The assistant.
My assistant. My assistant. She keeps looking at Carrie like,
what are we doing?
What are you going to say?
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Yeah. That was an uneasy vibe, wasn't it? That was, ooh.
They're very hesitant to let the officers in the house. Carrie keeps saying there's mold in there, and she's like, well, go at your own risk. And these are seasoned LAPD cops. They're like,
been worse.
We can deal with the mold. Don't worry about it.
I didn't have you sign a waiver. I haven't had you sign a waiver, so I don't want you to say anything.
The house is a fucking pigsty.
Which is so sad because that house has good bones, as they say. It's beautiful. And that's a beautiful
it's in Sherman Hills.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So she claims she can't get a hold of Charles, but she does give them the phone number, and they're able to talk with him on the phone. So they close the case. Okay. Now it's 10 months later. Mark's getting this call. So he's like, oh, okay, let me go over there and investigate. And like I said, it's in Sherman Hills. So this family had money.
Yeah, this is money in LA money, not just like money.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
He lived by himself, Charles did, in this house. He had grown up in the house. And his mother, June, had died in 2017. And most neighbors are like, Charles is very nice, but he's very reclusive and private.
Yeah, he's not one to talk at all.
The estate is worth millions. And Carrie, as the trustee, has complete control over all of this.
Which, I mean, take a shot every time Carrie said she was the trustee when they were talking to that officer the first time. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She said that so many times.
Yeah. So during the timeline in 2020, okay, she's living in that apartment in Beverly Glen, and suddenly there's a pretty dramatic change in her behavior.
This was so interesting, wasn't it?
Yeah.
This took lots of random shifty turns.
Yeah. She's hanging out with some suspicious characters. One's on tether. I don't know if you caught that with the little ankle bracelet in the animation.
Yes, I did. Some animator really got to perfect their ankle monitor skills in this series.
Someone has some prison tats. The animator got to do that as well.
Yeah.
And we get some doom, 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 doom,
She's
doom, 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 all night.
They're at the Jersey Shore. They're at Karma.
All night. Yeah. Ashley, who shares a wall with Carrie, at one point, like, has to get her baby, out of the crib or something, and hears Carrie go, "Hey, dude, give me that meth over there, will ya?" I was like,
"Hey, hand me the meth, please."
Really? You said that loud?
I know, while you're bumping music and pissing off your neighbors, Carrie.
Packages start disappearing, and
this is upsetting.
So now we go back to 2021, Mark investigating this. And he gets a call from Carrie, and she's like, "Oh, guess what? I found Charles. He's right here next to me."
Here he is.
So she puts him on the phone, and he's like, yeah, hello, this is Charles." And Mark's like, "What's your social security number real quick?" Even though I'm 70 and I should have that memorized, I do not.
I don't know. I can't think of it right now. Oh, red flag.
Now, see, if that was me, okay, this is the kind of cynic I am. I would have been like, I'm not comfortable giving you my social security number.
Right. Why do I need to give that to you? Totally. I recently, you'll just randomly forget things.
Yeah.
I needed my social security number. I could not think of it for the life of me. And I was like, have I had a stroke? Yeah. What is going on? I was so horrified. I got there.
I'm so weird about giving it out. Like, I had applied for a bank account not too long ago, and I was like, can I just come down to the branch and show you it?
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Like, I've had my identity stolen. It's awful.
Well, yeah, you've been through that hell once. Why do that again? And it can happen so much easier now, I feel like, than it used to.
Yeah. So Mark drives to the address that these two idiots provide. And guess what?
Duh. Yeah. Surprise. No Charles.
Some guy opens the door and he's like, Charles just left.
Oh my gosh. This guy. Yikes. And can you imagine the cop in this moment? How they're like, because it almost looks like he's leaning away like, hey, what do I say? Yeah, like, they alluded to the fact that Carrie was right there.
What did you think of this whole backstory that we got from 2003 with Caroline and her friend Dusty?
Whoa, this was interesting. I got some vibes of Taylor Parker. Real strong. And again, some Laura Owens. You're not kidding. That vibe is strong through this.
Yeah, Dusty's like this wife of a very successful movie director. So she sort of takes Caroline in under her wing, and they're going on all expensive trips and shit like that. And
Caroline made a rich friend.
They become friends.
Yeah,
and
she's like real friends.
And Dusty's like, "Hey, can I talk to you about my divorce?" And Caroline's like, God. "Yeah, we should get this moving." Like, yeah. She ends up billing her
for how much, Amy?
It's like $150,000.
Can you imagine getting that in the mail? Like, just chit-chatting with your friend about your relationship. And remember, she said she encouraged her not to hire a lawyer.
This would be like Becca suddenly sending me like a therapist bill for all the hours I've burned up her phone about my kids.
There you go. Exactly.
Like, guess what? We weren't friends. I'm invoicing you.
When you get off of this today, you're going to see an invoice in your inbox from Becca.
Be a big bill.
She's a therapist now.
So
the audacity.
She tries to sue Dusty knowing that the husband has money and will probably just pay it to make her go away, but the husband does not, and neither would I.
Good for everybody doing the right thing.
And he fights it, and the judge is like, girl, you are not a lawyer.
This is so illegal.
Yeah.
I'm surprised she didn't catch any charges for that, you know?
Yeah, same. So Mark, back in current timeline, 2021, realizes it's been 10 months since the initial wellness check on Charles. So he's been missing for almost a year.
That's so sad.
So basically he pays a visit to Caroline. He's like, look, what's going on here?
I don't believe
how'd you become the trustee? And she gives this, story. She hand waves a lot of it away. Basically, like, she was friends with June, Charles' mother, and this was complicated for Charles. He didn't know how to deal with this. So he just said to Carrie, you take care of it. You take care of my millions. I don't want I want nothing to do with this.
Who has the time?
And she's helping him out of the kindness of her heart.
Well, she's a fabulous person, Amy. She's always on your side.
So he says to her, can we call Charles right now in front of me? And she goes, let me go find my phone. So she wanders off. And while she's gone, he sees a receipt on the table. Sure, Jan, you were looking around.
Yeah.
And
girl, same.
He found a receipt for a phone with the phone number that Carrie had just given him, claiming it was Charles's phone number.
Yes. What he sees the evidence right there in front of him. That moment, which
these guys are bad criminals. Bad criminals.
She's sloppy. Yes.
In the meantime, Mark finds the trust later because he doesn't believe a word of this.
Well, yeah.
And he finds the trust. He realizes it's fraud. The signatures don't add up. This is fraud. Also around this time, she's getting evicted from Beverly Glen, and everyone's like, woohoo! Yeah.
Bye. Yeah.
So then she moves to West Hills, and we meet Lisa, who really wants to speak to the manager about this.
Oh, yes. There's an energy about Lisa, isn't there? Yeah.
She's like, oh, I saw this girl moving into this house next door to me. And then she said she was open to sober living. I was like, what? Oh, gross. Ooh.
Yeah. She acts like she was going to be running some organized crime.
Which
she kind of ended up running. Yeah. But you didn't know that, Lisa.
As much as I wanted to give Lisa shit here, I was kind of like, well, her instinct was 100%
she was right. But still, her attitude change was, and we've all known Elisa, right? We all know Elisa.
Yep. So this is Easter 2022. Carolyn's moving next door to Lisa. She introduces herself as a retired lawyer.
She's done all the things. She's just an expert.
Yep. So now Mark starts bringing in experts, and he brings this detective Versosa in, and he specializes in financial crimes, and he uncovers all this. Yeah. He's like, she's transferring money out of the trust to her own personal bank accounts, and she's using the money, and that is what a trustee. Okay, can we talk about this for a second?
Yeah, this is scary.
He's like, trustees aren't supposed to do that. Are we just working on the honor system? The
Seriously.
trustees don't do this?
So, and I assume there's no monitoring system for this, obviously, until this comes on someone's radar. Scary because this happens all the time. It does.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
the
so
sober
scary.
living house is wild. We get a lot more.
Carrie likes a rave.
And she gets paid by the city or the state or the county to have this house, but it is clubbing, music, drugs, 24/7.
Yeah, it's like a Monsi. We're on the episode 2 where they said she was riding her motorcycle and bumping music all night.
Lisa says people were passed out. They're taking pictures. The neighborhood's like in a tizzy over this, which I don't blame them. I don't blame
absolutely. Them. Especially, she said they'd lived there for quite some time and it was a quiet neighborhood. This would be awful.
Gotta be tough.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're putting together this fraud case behind the scenes. And Andrew Brown is an assistant DA. And they trace this new home to Charles' account. So she bought this house with Charles' money. So that's fraud. And that gives them a search warrant.
Yeah. They needed an in. Yeah.
6 a.m. I'm shocked Laura Owens wasn't there. Like, it's before 7.
How can you do this? Why would you do this? Oh, I know.
You guys haven't listened to Love Trapped, you have to listen to it. It's wild.
Her tone. Laura is someone whose tone just makes my eye twitch. And her,
They find a lot of guns, tons of drugs, scales, baggies. They even find, and this was probably more upsetting for me, police and FBI and DEA badges and identification. So, like, they're walking around posing as police officers? Terrifying.
Yes. And when I was researching, because if I don't say this now, I'll forget this bit.
That's fine.
They found some equipment. They said she had computer equipment that could age documents to make them look more realistic. And she had all this super high tech, like copying equipment to do it all off the radar. I mean, it was crazy. She had to have spent so much money on this.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, she was running a whole thing.
So, like you said, and we'll talk about at the end, she's done this to other people and they find this out.
Yes, and I found the people, so
and they interview her and they're like, "Is Charles alive?" And this bitch
goes, my God.
Gee, I hope so.
Oh, you think? Oh, golly. I hadn't thought about
now
that.
she claims that he might be pulling a Bobby Durst and living as a woman.
You could tell that she was like, oh, what's like those wheels are spinning in that moment. She knows that they're on her. Yeah, she's getting I mean, she's sloppy to begin with, but she didn't have any forethought, I feel like.
So they go through all these accounts and it leads them to a guy named Jason Croft. And he is an ex-con, a drug dealer, and a thief. What is their connection? Well, it is a tale as old as time. They did meth together and fell in love.
Yeah, it's a love story. He reminded me, again, call back to episode 2, Sugar Ray. They had a similar vibe and look, didn't they?
I forgot we were calling him that. Oh, God. Okay. Turns out, and Jason gives this story and he does this quiet voice like that.
Oh, I know. Very Dan Krug.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
I couldn't.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
So it turns out he was casing out some fancy houses to rob and he finds the Wilding property and he claims he was robbing the place and he found Charles already deceased, like real bad. Decaying.
Yeah, like not recent. It had been a minute. And they go into some very graphic detail.
And they end up matching his story with some evidence at the house. Because basically he's like, we tore up the floorboards, we got his body out of there. So they do find that there was a floorboard removed. Yeah. And so they're like, okay, maybe this guy's telling the truth. Now, I'm assuming that they did a lot more investigating.
Yeah, more forensic
work. Find out if he was really dead first.
Yeah. I know, but like, how would they?
And we don't know.
You know what I mean?
And they don't know because they don't have a body and will never have one.
Yeah. And even if they found a body, from what we hear, I don't know that they would ever be able to. I agree. I've wondered. I have some questions about this.
So he says he called Carrie. Like I said, she and her assistant, took the body to her apartment on Beverly Glen.
Amy, could you imagine if I called you and I'm like, hey, I need you to help me get this body out of this house. It's been decaying
I'd probably
for
help
months.
You.
Well, yeah, because I have a reason. I'm like, listen, I snapped.
Would I get over there in my little RAV4? Yes.
Yes, the RAV4 has plenty of storage.
I have 80 inches of cargo space. Can we fit them in there?
Yes, we can get some tubs in there. But like, it's a very decayed body that has been there for a while. Oh, it's not just like moving. I mean, not to be very graphic, but like that's asking a different level, I feel like, don't you? I mean,
I agree. So they bring Caroline in for a lie detector. She's ready to talk because she wants a lighter sentence. So she does tell them, and her story matches his exactly. Yeah. So that's why I think they think that it is what happened.
Yeah.
So she even tells them that they kept the body in the garage, and while the cops were there on that December 2020 search, they were standing right next to him.
Oh my gosh. And yeah, because remember, she did not want them to go in there. She was getting a little to the point where it was getting weird that she wasn't letting them in. And did we mention they had all that privacy, no trespassing fence up?
They did.
All around his whole property.
But I'm wondering if that was up originally. Because if this guy's reclusive and he's got money.
Maybe, but I don't think so. We'll get to that.
Okay. They bought Tyvek suits, masks, deodorizers. Okay, I have a new idea. I have a new idea because we talk about this all the time, right?
Yeah.
Here's my new idea. we need to open a warehouse where these supplies are sold.
Yeah.
And a detective is in charge of checking them out. So you have to go, you have to apply for a permit to have cleaning supplies.
Yeah, deodorant, like industrial grade deodorants like that. The Tyvek suits. Hello.
And zip ties. Don't forget zip ties.
Yeah, zip ties and barrels, plastic barrels.
So we need records of who's buying this stuff so it's
seriously
traceable.
Because I get the feeling from Carrie that now maybe I'm wrong, but I don't feel like she was maybe like, hey, let's go this time. Let's buy a little bit of this. Then you go buy this. I could see her having the audacity to just roll on up to the Lowe's checkout like, what? I'm cleaning.
So they do the Breaking Bad and they try to dissolve the body in the tub in her Beverly Glen apartment, but like the tub starts to dissolve. So then she's like leaching stuff out the window. Like it's very bad.
God.
It's very bad.
When the neighbor talks about smelling it and all the plants dying and then knowing what it was.
So I want to say something here.
Yeah.
Skip ahead if you don't want to hear, something too morbid. The tub starts to melt and they dismember this man. And the way that they talk about this gentleman as an erector set that they are just pulling apart is it's so callous.
Yes.
And it's so dehumanizing. I was like, this is awful. She even says at one point, this is a victimless crime.
I know. She had the audacity to say this is a victimless crime and then is talking about smashing his teeth with a sledgehammer.
Yeah.
Like it's nothing. Like she's talking about, I bought some new flowers for my patio. Like
this is so gross. It's so bad.
She goes into the detail like it's nothing. She does not act horrified. I mean, you would think most people when they're discussing something like this would be
like, I was horrified watching it.
Oh my God. And it's so callous. That's a very perfect word for this. She didn't care. And she's only getting emotional because she knows she's fucked. And that's what makes me mad about this.
And then very similar to Scott Peterson, she drives up to the San Francisco Bay, drops that body in and heads back.
Yeah, Scott Peterson. Ugh.
Yeah.
But also, I know you haven't watched Dexter. This is another thing she totally got from a show. And all my couch detectives out here who watch Dexter, that was his thing in the show. It's a trope. He would dismember his victims and wrap them in trash bags and then take his boat out into the bay and get rid of the bodies. I would bet money that she was like thinking she's like Dexter. I feel that.
How many bodies are in the San Francisco Bay?
I know. That's very upsetting.
Very upsetting.
Ugh.
So I thought that this case would enrage you for many reasons, but mostly because she does target vulnerable and elderly people.
Yes. Carrie is a special kind of evil.
March 15th, 2024, Carrie pleads guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. She was sentenced to 20 years in federal prison, ordered to pay $3.8 million in restitution. Where are you getting this restitution from?
Thought the same thing.
These two are meth heads. Where are you getting this money from?
Yeah, there's no money. Ugh.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't talk about them this disrespectfully, but I fucking hate these people. They're gross.
No, they're awful people. They're awful. Yes. They're targeting vulnerable people, and we'll get more into it that'll make you not feel bad about saying that. So
this is the max for wire fraud is what she got. And Jason Croft pleaded guilty to conspiracy to commit wire fraud and possession with intent to distribute meth. He was sentenced to 16 years, 8 months in federal prison, ordered to pay 1.9. And Ashley and Bella are like, oh, great. We met them in the beginning. Remember the Beverly Glen neighbors. And they're like, so a meth head was chopping up a body in our building. Awesome. Awesome.
Seriously, Jeffrey Dahmer vibes. It's like his poor neighbors.
Yeah. And that's all I got.
Oh my gosh. This was a wild story. Again, not necessarily worst neighbor ever material, but it was good.
No, it was good. But I don't know. It just didn't feel like it fit for me. And I enjoyed the series.
I did too. I liked it a lot. The first 3 episodes especially were fabulous.
If I were a writer, Jason Blum Productions, which no one's asking me for, in my opinion.
They might. You never know.
Okay. So I would have had the Miles episode come last. I thought that was all of these stories are tragic and bad. Don't get me wrong. But like that was the one I felt like had the most I don't know. It was just a big story, and it was
It
an
was.
important story. They all were, but
They were, and you saw the community involvement in that one. It
yeah.
wasn't just them, it was the community, and there was so much support, and it was so egregious for so many
Mhm,
and the
mhm.
lack of care from law
Yeah,
enforcement.
yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree.
yeah.
That's
All
really
right, girl,
torturous.
tell us what you found on this lunatic, Caroline Herling.
I found quite a bit more than I thought I was going to. I'm gonna be honest with you. So
Go
this one's
go into your couch detective mode.
I'm putting my hat on. I need to get a
Okay.
detective hat. But Becca's the costume queen. I
Yes,
can't.
she
I
is.
am
We
not.
can't
I'm
compete with that.
boring. It's my headband. I always have a headband on. So this will surprise no one. Carrie had aliases. Go figure. She also went by Caroline Phoenix and Caroline Gardner. So
Wow.
depending on the situation.
Okay.
So I found the other two victims' information. So the
Okay.
one victim ties in with Charles, but we're going to backtrack a little bit. We're going to get back to Jason. So the affidavit goes into more information, obviously.
Okay.
But Jason's story is different. So Jason said that when he was scoping out the neighborhood for houses to rob and everything, the first time he went to Charles' house, Charles was alive and it spooked him. And he faked being someone from Adult Protective Services who was saying he was there on a welfare check.
Okay. Now I'm immediately suspicious.
Same. And then he said when he went back the next time, he was, oh, he's dead. I don't believe that.
That's convenient.
I agree completely. And I don't know, I feel like you could still, where they found the stain on the floor and there was the flooring change.
I
mean,
know,
that
but
could
you're
be
never going to be able to get him for murder.
exactly.
So, yeah.
Exactly. So I thought that was super suspicious. And I was, again, surprised they didn't put this in here because I think that's a really big piece of information.
I do too.
Now, the Adult Protective Services were involved with Charles around the time he was missing. Carrie provided them, the police, with a case number. When they looked into it, it was real, and they did have an open case, but Carries are going to carry, and she had given Adult Protective Services a fake phone number and had someone talk and say they were Charles.
Of course.
Now, remember the guy that answered the phone and was like, "Hi, I'm Charles."
Mm-hmm.
That guy, she paid $5,000 to do that, and he said she just kind of provided him with a script and was like, "Hey, do this for me."
$5,000?
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
I know.
I know. Mm-hmm.
So thought that was all super interesting. But then, okay, back to her victims. So when they were at Charles' house, after they had started squatting there kind of and taking over and going through things, she went through a safe and found, now follow this. This is going to be kind of a little bit of a web.
Okay.
Charles was the executor of someone's will. I'm not going to name her name.
Okay. Let's say
think was
Jane Doe.
Jane Doe. He's the executor of Jane Doe's will. From what I could find, I think Jane Doe was a friend of his mother. Okay. And he had been named her executor. So Carrie finds this and is like, ooh, hot damn. More money. I got more. Jesus. So she does her fraudulent paperwork shuffle and is starting to get this victim's money as well. Mm-hmm. So there's that. I did try to find out why the Wilding family had a lot of money. I was just curious. I couldn't find anything. But of note, Charles' father died when he was only 10. And wow. Everyone in the neighborhood said his mom was also super reclusive and they were always both like that. So,
okay.
Now, the third victim is someone whose life she absolutely destroyed. There was a man who she found him through this similar way. So Carrie had a way where she would go to these really affluent neighborhoods and try to find houses that looked neglected, abandoned, whatever, and like poke around and say like, oh, hey, what do we have going on here? Well, this house she finds and meets this guy, starts talking to him and kind of snakes her way in. Well, she basically sells it out from under him with fraudulent paperwork. And this is the only asset this man had. His parents had left him a trust. He was struggling with mental health issues, some alcohol problems.
Was he an older man?
Yes, I think so. I couldn't find his age specifically, but that was the impression I was getting.
Yeah.
And she sells this house out from under him. Well, they start looking into this. They find via thumbprints that all the paperwork was fraudulent. This man gets tied up in this insane legal battle with her. He ends up taking his own life because of this.
Are you kidding me?
I am not kidding you.
Why was
heinous.
this not in here?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. This could have been a feature-length documentary because and I read his common law wife. He had a common law wife, and her victim impact statement was it was really heartfelt. And
she read the victim impact statement at this trial?
Well, I think so, but I don't know if this had to do with some of the civil suits. It was hard to understand because this was a print article from like the LA Times from back in the day.
Oh, so like from the 1900s when we were born.
Yeah, back when we had print newspaper, right?
Okay.
And now what is it? But yeah, I wanted to scroll through here real quick. Oh, that's where I found the assistant's name.
This is so unbelievable to me.
She's a vile person.
Why you would have all this background and not put it in this episode is weird.
I agree. I totally agree.
Like I would have rathered this and take out the Beverly Glen stuff.
I could not agree more. Totally. Yeah. Now, do you feel like this was maybe filmed as something and then they needed another episode? Like Neighbors? I don't know. Because that's way more interesting.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, Carrie's bad. She's very bad.
Well, thank you for your intrepid reporting on this as always.
Thank you. Thank you. It was very crazy that they left a lot of that out.
Couch Detectives, let us know what you guys think. Did you like this episode? Again, we're not, there's not a hierarchy of crimes here. They're all terrible.
Of course.
But like in terms of the narrative that we've seen, this veers a little bit.
It does.
I was wondering, it goes more towards financial crimes. I don't know.
I agree. I agree. I would not think neighbor when I think this.
Maybe he needs to do a series like worst scammer ever.
Scammers. I love interesting scam stories. Scammers.
All right, guys. Well, that's been Worst Neighbor Ever.
Yes, that's a wrap.
I enjoyed the series.
I did too.
People are saying they want us to do others, so we'll think about it. Maybe on Patreon or something if we have a little bit of time.
That's a good idea. We are tearing through Manitowoc, and I need to. I was telling Mitchell. I said, "All right, I'm about to be very deep into 10 hours of Wisconsin coverage, so I'm gonna take some time."
Amanda was saying to me, we were recording this morning for a little Miss Recap, and she's like, what was she asking me if I watched? Oh, Love After Lockup this season. I'm like, girl, I got to watch a Doc Antle documentary, 12 hours of convicting a murderer. Like, I'm busy.
I know. That's why I was like, I need to finish Love Trap because I need to start convicting a murderer. And it was so funny. So
we got a lot going on.
We're in Wisconsin.
Yeah, we're in Wisconsin. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much for supporting the show. We're just a little show. So like really where you help support us is sharing our show with others, leaving us reviews. Thank you so much for all of that. We really appreciate it. Helps grow the show.
Yes,
and like I said, if you're watching on YouTube, if you give us a like and subscribe to the channel, we really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. It's
all right, my friend.
Yes.
We've said it all.
We have said it all.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll see you next time.
Bye.